Hey, what's up? Things are looking a little different today, huh? You see some faces you may have never seen before. But I know me. Steel 1682, 1/4 of the PS and BS. Orlando's #1 gaming podcast. We're probably the only gaming podcast in Florida, but who cares? We're still #1.
Hey, I was in Orlando not too long ago.
Yeah, you were. How'd that trip go, by the way? You went on a cruise, right?
Let's don't talk about it.
All right, we're not talking about it. We're here for other shit anyway. So it was brought to my attention that y'all want more content, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. My buddy Greg down there, aka Laser Shark, that is his gamer tag, and I think IG tag too. We've talked at work a lot about doing a sports podcast or episode or whatever. And I've just always wanted to do it just to see how it is. This is a shot in the dark. We're just seeing how this works, see how you guys take it in. If you like it, we'll do more of it. But I felt like we needed one more person. So I reached out to my buddy London. He's very knowledgeable in the world of sports.
Very okay.
You are, man, with betting with sports and
okay.
and fantasy, and you watch college. Like I don't watch college, so I'm one of those that only watch professionals. There's people out there that only watch college sports. It is what it is. But I just want to come together and just see how this flows and just see what happens. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, London, I want to say congrats. It's been a long 40 years. 41 years since the Georgia Bulldogs have won an NCAA football championship, right? Have they won anything else?
Braves just won.
Well, that's not
the
college.
World Series.
I'm talking about the college.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, hey, it's a good year for Atlanta.
Good year for Georgia. Good
You're basically turning it into Boston.
Yeah, unless you're the Falcons. This is a good year for for Georgia.
Hey. The Falcons needed to lose, okay?
Why?
So I want the Falcons. I want a good draft pick.
Well,
the Falcons will be good the second they get rid of Matt Ryan.
Oh, here we go.
Just saying.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Hey, I mean, they had their chance. I don't know if we want to talk about that.
It is a rebuild mode. Anyway,
they had their chance, but want to say congrats. The Bulldogs finally pulled it off. It seems like almost every year they're like right there, kind of like Germany with the in the World Cup. They're just like always there, just so never pull it off, and then they finally did it.
The funny thing is, you wouldn't think we would have won this year with the team we had on the offensive side of the ball with Pickens being out all year, our star receiver.
Sometimes that don't matter. Look at
defense. That's all it was.
The Giants. I would say their 2 Super Bowls against New England. Sorry, Greg. Solely was won on, I would say, more of their defense than their offense. I mean, yeah, they scored when they needed to score, but their defense is what carried them mostly, in my opinion, of course. But yeah, it's been an exciting year for sports so far, especially with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know who's out. You never know who's in. This year, more so than ever, I think there's been a ton of what do they call them? They used this term not too long ago. I remember hearing it when they bring up people, especially in the NFL. There's a term like getting them on the roster for game day.
Are you talking about just practice? Are you talking about reserve players?
Man,
like bringing them up from the practice squad.
I forgot what term it was. I was watching some game, and one of the teams, they were out like 8 people, and they're like, oh, this person just got not signed, but basically got active for the roster. I forgot what term they used, but that happened a lot this year. And I know for you, especially London, fantasy football.
That's why you got me on here to talk about fantasy this year. I don't
Talk about all the stuff he hates.
Fantasy was I gave him Georgia real quick, right?
Yeah. You got to butter him up,
build you up down to tear you down.
Listen, after the first season, but my next 4 seasons after that was horrible. So I've been on a pretty good winning streak now. But I want to ask you guys a question. Um, this year NFL decided to add an extra week to the schedule.
Very
First off,
controversial.
what do y'all feel about that? Real quick, do y'all have any feelings? Do you think it's? I mean, obviously, it's for more money.
Yeah. We know it's a money grab by the
Yeah.
owners and the NFL. It doesn't benefit the players not one bit. They're not giving them any more incentives. It just, to me personally, I think it's shortening the careers of some of the superstar players. And like you said, it's just a money grab. There's really no need for an extra week. Not with the way how brutal
I mean,
football is.
they did take away a preseason game, but we all know how preseason games are. They're just
Nobody cares.
they're just-
Nobody cares.
So
I
just
think-
gave people less opportunity to make the team.
I think,
But then COVID brings it back with all this other stuff.
yeah. But with that comes with my question for you guys. I pondered this this weekend because this weekend in the NFL, this seemed to be record breaking week. A lot of records got broken this week, and a lot of other ones got really close to breaking.
A lot of incentives were made as well.
Yes, certain people got their incentives, and others
Certain
didn't.
People got their incentives.
Mr. Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady made sure he ate.
Oh yeah.
He didn't come out. He's like, no, we got to make sure this happens. The week before that, I don't know if we want to talk about that, but we don't want to get canceled already, I guess. This is day one. Let's try to be somewhat, whatever.
Yeah.
But my question to you guys: do you feel records that are broken in seasons that are extended? Do you think that should be a thing? Should it be kind of like finessed somehow? I mean, do you guys feel some type of way about that? For instance, Dak Prescott this season, as you can see, I am a Cowboys fan, broke Tony Romo's single season record for most touchdown passes. But it took an extra week to do it. You know what I'm saying? Even though he missed a week, but still, it took an extra week to do it. Does it still hold the same level of this is a record? I mean, records are supposed to be something that's hard to achieve for the most part. And I know words like asterisks always gets thrown around with when records are bantered on or whatever.
Right.
You guys have any kind of way? Because I feel some type of way about that, but I want to hear your guys'
London, if you want to go ahead, you can go
opinions
ahead.
first.
I'll get it after.
I got two things about it. One is, even if it takes an extra game, that extra game's still a hard game to break these kind of records. Like Cooper Kupp still couldn't beat Calvin Johnson's record with an extra game, and he had a hell of a year. I mean,
Yes.
But what I want to refer back to is baseball had the same thing where they didn't play as many games either, but you don't see them having asterisks for when they had records back in the past that got broke nowadays.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
think it's just something that's in time will fade.
Yeah. I just think, I don't know, because another one was Devontae Smith broke Deshaun Jackson's single season rookie receiving record. In the second quarter, they just started throwing him in the flats, 5 yards here. They just started feeding him, get those yardage real quick, and then pull him out. They did the same thing with Jason Kelsey. They let him start the one game so his little record can keep going too. I mean, I'm not 100% against it because it does count. It's going to go in the record books, but at the same time, it can give you an argument of, oh, well, it took me less time to get there. And if you look at their average for the year, if they had one more game, what it could have been,
Right. But you got to figure it this way: the way professional sports are going in general, they've changed over time. So whether the rules have changed to where you can't hit people a certain way, or we're given if they lighten up the way people tackle, the way they can probably, that's going to change the way somebody stops a run or stops or goes after the quarterback.
I see what you're saying.
So
even
The
taking
records are
out.
gonna be broken regardless.
Yeah,
I see
like,
what you're saying.
you can't tackle anybody like you used to, but nobody puts
Exactly.
that passing. And it's also how the game changes too.
So
You know,
it doesn't matter whether somebody took 15 games, 50 years ago to get a record. The next, 10 years later, they've extended it to another game, or even now they're extending it to another game for the season. Now we're at 18. We're no 17.
Well,
You're
yeah,
like,
18 weeks, 17 with a bye.
yeah, you're just like, well, you're gonna have your records, but then in probably 10 years they're gonna say, well, let's see if we can squeak in another game because we've made $2 billion extra dollars when we started doing this. So it's just one of those things that's just gonna happen, and you can't really stop it. It's the whole argument that is LeBron as good as
As
Jordan, or is he
MJ,
better? And it's like
yes.
everybody knows, the people that watch Jordan play, everybody knows that LeBron would not have made it against the Pistons in that time frame. But the rules have changed, so it's easier for them to play. Like, definitely, Jordan playing in this era right now, he'd probably average 80 points a game.
Damn, 80 points a game.
Oh, come on, dude. People are dropping 60 at will. And,
I can already see you're gonna get some LeBron hate in the comments. I know
That's
that for a
fine.
fact. I know that for a fact. I know you don't
LeBron,
care.
yeah,
But
come on.
I get that all the time because I'm sorry, I'm not a LeBron fan. He's good at what he does, but I'm sorry, he's no MJ.
Yeah, he's not the GOAT, and he's not even. I don't know. I don't even know if I would put him in the top 3.
the GOAT conversation just if you get me in a GOAT conversation, it's all going to be about errors. You have GOATs for errors. For me, I don't make it a lump sum.
What do you mean errors?
Like the Jordan error, LeBron's
Oh,
error.
error like that. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not the one that's going to be clumping all these players together.
And that goes in with what Greg was saying is he probably couldn't play in that era. It might be a little easier in this era for Jordan versus what. But looking at it nowadays, so you're saying then in this era, he is the GOAT?
Yeah, in this era, LeBron is by far the GOAT.
Okay, I mean,
the only thing is
it's hard to argue.
You have Kobe. If we're going to talk basketball, you got Kobe that's stuck between Jordan and LeBron, but they both played in the same time Kobe played. You just had Jordan older when Kobe was younger and LeBron younger when Kobe was older.
Right.
So it's just kind of like Kobe gets taken out of the talk because Kobe was in between.
Kobe had his run. He had his run of championships. So,
Yeah.
But people don't like to really bring him up when it comes
I put
to
Kobe above
LeBron, Jordan, or LeBron. But we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
We're
we
gonna
are.
run through
That's a whole nother show segment, argument, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I can see what you guys are saying is regardless, even if they add a game or not, the game changes.
Yeah.
Rules change it. Ruling alone can alter the game the way it's played. I mean, didn't they try to come up with in baseball to shorten games and stuff like that? Because
to speed them up, yeah.
To speed them up.
Double hitters end at 7 innings.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember reading something that when the Yankees play the Red Sox, they averaged 3.5 to 4 hours a game for some reason.
Finally.
And that's ridiculous. But
I think in
so weird to look
in the NFL a few years ago, I mean, some of the more of the rules have changed, and it wasn't even a secret that the rules are changing because people want to see more offense. Because people want to see the quarterback to be able to sit back there in the pocket and throw 40, 50 yards because it's exciting. Nobody really wants to see a running back run for 2 yards or 3 yards every play. That's not what people are paying the big bucks for. They want to see a quarterback throw. And that's what the game is leading towards, just, bombs downfield. So
well, if you this season, you can also start seeing the turn and going back to the running game with, King Henry running until he, got hurt. But
until he got hurt,
Nick Chubb going crazy. The Eagles finally, after their first 4 games of throwing the ball every game, they finally started running the ball and winning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they ran the ball a total of 30 times in the first 3 games total, and lost every game. Then they started running the ball, and now they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, they started I think 1-3, 1-4, and now they're 9 and they won 9 games on the season. So they definitely had a good run. And it's not only guys like Nick Chubb or Derrick Henry. You know, Najee Harris had a good season from the running back. I mean, is it James Taylor from the Colts?
Jonathan Taylor.
He came out of not out of nowhere, but I don't think anyone would have foreseen the season he had. I mean,
well, if you look at your playoff teams right now, San Francisco running team, Dallas got Ezekiel Elliott, Pittsburgh got it on Najee Harris. You got Tampa with Leonard Fournette having a breakout year for Tampa.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
All your stud running backs, except for Green Bay's got Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon's really come on.
Yeah,
but Aaron Rodgers really just runs that team.
It's just Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
yeah. James Conner in Arizona,
yeah,
having a hell of a year. The only team that really truly pass heavy and doesn't really rely on the run game, even though they play a lot better when they run, is the Rams.
Yeah. Because even if they, like you said with Arizona, even though they don't have James Conner is having a good season this year, but because of Kyler Murray, they're gonna have a good running game. You know, trust me, I know. We couldn't stop his ass. Every time we came down the corners with those big D lines, he just gone. Like, Jesus, someone keep an eye on him the whole time. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. This season has been a pretty good season. I'm glad we made the playoffs. Yeah, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, y'all played shitty teams, whatever." We're here. I honestly think I'm gonna say it. I've never said this before, ever, as a fan, unless it's the Yankees. Because I mean, come on, 28, 27 championships, man. They go to the World Series. It's hard to bet against them. But if we play the way we can play, number one offense, top defense, we're winning the Super Bowl this year.
It's Cowboys.
I'm saying it.
What kind of prediction is that?
I'm saying it.
Look,
it's like saying, hey, if every receiver catches every pass thrown to them,
actually, y'all have
to
y'all have to be up by at least 2.5 touchdowns in the first half of this next game, or San Francisco will win.
Well, how you figure?
They are the second half team of second half teams.
I mean, so are we. Most of our shit's done in the second half.
That's if you're behind. And that's a lot of passing.
I mean, I don't know. I've watched damn near every
game
this year.
You watched San Francisco Rams game. Rams were up 2 touchdowns going into second half. And San Francisco's like, okay, no big deal.
No big deal.
Keep on going.
We keep on going. I know. We like to shoot ourselves in the foot a lot, but like the game against Denver, that should have never happened that bad. We got destroyed. You know, but regardless, it's gonna be good. I'm excited. You know, I'm excited and sad. The season's almost over already. Like, it feels like it just started. You know,
it does feel that way.
It does. It went by quick.
That's the only thing that sucks with football. You only get technically 17, 18 weeks. A lot of people don't count preseason, but I don't know about you guys, but I get excited when they start talking about OTAs and shit. You know, I'm just like, that's like that's starting to get like, it's coming. It's coming.
Draft.
Football's
draft.
coming.
Listen,
yeah. You watch the whole draft?
Mm-hmm.
You do sit and watch the entire draft?
Oh my gosh.
I can't do that.
You are a fan, sir.
If I miss the late rounds, I'll still go back and look to see.
Well, yeah, I'll do that. I'll go back and look, but I usually watch the first day, and then I see who we pick in the second round. I'm good. I can't watch the whole thing. Like, damn.
Nah.
But see, that's the thing. I watched it like last year or this year. I was watching. I was like, I hope the Falcons get Rondell Moore. I just want Rondell Moore on my team. And no, they didn't. They did.
Yeah, if I get the chance, I'll try to watch if like somebody I know for sure is going to be like the number one, the top guy coming out of college. But after that, I don't care about the second and third round. Like, who cares? Who cares? They're going to be traded anyways.
I guarantee watch the top 10 picks. I like to kind of see where those top recruits go. plus like what team they're going to, because it's like, do I got to face them? Are they going to the Eagles? Are they going
Plus
to
the
the
trades
Giants?
too.
Yeah.
That's what's exciting.
Mhm.
Hearing the trades, then you hear Dallas come up and you're like, oh shit, what did we do? Or Atlanta traded down or up, and then you're mad or you're happy. Like that's what's exciting to me. Is I look for I watch the draft more for who's trading versus
Mhm.
who's getting drafted. Sometimes, most of the time, But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Since we're there, what are your projections for this week? Who do you think's gonna? I mean, obviously, you're already saying that we need to be up by 3 touchdowns, otherwise we're losing. So, are you taking 49ers against Cowboys?
Yeah, I am.
You are? Holy shit! Wow. Okay.
Only
No,
because I think
I-
Jimmy G is in a good flow right now.
Uh,
I think Jimmy G's flowing. I think he's hitting it. I think he's not turning the ball over. I think they run the ball well. They can run your defense down. I mean, Micah Parsons is a beast. We knew this going in.
Mhm.
But Kyle Shanahan, if Kyle Shanahan hits a groove with what his play calling is, it's hard to beat that team.
Yeah, but also in my defense, I'm not worried about my defense. As long as our offense hits its stride, we're not losing.
But San Francisco
got
has
three-
a good defense.
3
It don't
words.
matter.
3 of them. CD Lamb. We need to get this guy the ball more often. He's
Yeah.
a superstar in the making. Once he gets going, Dallas is pretty much unstoppable. So
And I think
I
that's
mean-
why Amari Cooper's getting mad.
San Francisco is good. They're a good team. I mean, I like old Jimmy G. He's real good, but I think Dallas is gonna wash him.
I mean, I don't know about wash. This is the playoffs.
I'm
Everyone
telling you,
steps
I'm
up,
telling you.
but I mean, and again, as a fan watching the game, I'm trying not to be biased here. I'm trying. But
28
knowing
to
what our
10.
knowing what our defense can do, and seeing some of the games we played against, even you can call them mediocre teams that we should have definitely have won. For some reason, the offense, even though number 1 offense in the NFL, whatever, was stalling for some reason. Just didn't look right. But the defense kept getting us the ball back. They just kept getting us the ball back, whether it was through interceptions, fumbles, 3 and outs, forcing them to get field goals when they should have scored. I mean, if our offense can do what it's supposed to do, it's going to be really tough
But
for
here's the thing. We also
anybody in the
gotta
playoffs
factor
to beat us.
it's also not just hoping that an offense wins the game.
No, you're right.
Just the defense. Everything has to in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Everything has to work good. Special
Everything has to
teams is
work.
going to come into play huge in the next few weeks.
Mhm.
And
And
if-
we won a couple of games this year solely on our defense / special teams, because they were scoring the touchdowns more than
Yep.
our offense was in those games.
So it's a big group effort from everybody on these teams, and I feel that now I used to be a Dallas fan way back when I was a young kid, and I mess with you, Bobby, about it all the time, saying that the Cowboys suck, even though I know they don't. But I just have a feeling that I think now I don't know about going to the championship game, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna take San Francisco.
I could damn near guarantee NFC championship. We're going there. We're not losing to Tampa again. I don't see Tampa losing to the Eagles. We're there now. Who you guys picking? Tampa or the Eagles?
Tampa.
100%. I
Tampa.
mean, it's hard to pick the Eagles. I mean, even for what you said earlier with the running game, and they've won a
Yeah.
good amount of games.
Well, that's the thing. Eagles have a great running game, but Tampa has the number 1 running defense.
Mm-hmm.
You don't run on Tampa.
Yeah.
So Jalen Hurts is going to have to win the game with his arm, and I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't see him trying to do it all himself.
I'm trying to find the bracket for NFL playoff schedule.
I'm like, this is what we're talking about. Like, if football was a little bit, if they changed the rules a little bit more and it's a little bit more softer, I would love to see 20 games a season. But Because like once this is over, it's like what do we have to look forward to really? I mean, I'd rather football than basketball.
I mean, well,
We're gonna-
yes.
nope. Nobody, baseball. What?
I mean,
Does anybody even
I
watch that still?
I do like baseball. I do like baseball, but
Meh.
I'm more of hockey. For me, it's hockey, football, hockey. For me,
Mhm.
it's like right there.
Rangers, Cowboys,
Yes.
all over the map.
Rangers, Knicks, Yankees, Cowboys. Let's go. That's another story. All right, so I have a picture here. So we have Tampa winning against Philly. As long as Tampa wins and we beat San Francisco, we are going to meet up in the next round, which means I might be going all in and going to Tampa. I don't care.
Well, let me tell you
I know
about
that
this.
shit
Let me
ain't
go
gonna be
back to
cheap,
this
but-
Dallas 49ers game. real quick.
Okay. So we haven't left there yet.
Well, I mean, it's not that. I just want to, because I was looking at the thing, I was looking at the lines. So they have Dallas as a 3-point favorite at home. Usually, when they do that, that means that it's an even game. They usually get the home team. If it's a close game, they don't. If they think it's an even matchup, they'll give the home team 3 points because of the
Okay.
home field advantage. That's in the sports betting world, part of it.
Could potentially
So-
go either way. This game.
Tampa Bay 8.5-point favorites, probably going to cover that. I would think. I would take them to cover.
You would hope so.
Yeah.
We would hope so. But I mean, I had Tom Brady in my playoff team, my fantasy team, and this last month, he did good championship week, but the other weeks before that, he wasn't looking too hot.
It's okay. You could have
Stats-wise, at
Lamar
least.
Jackson.
Yeah. All right, so you're still sticking with San Fran?
Mhm.
All right, so we got 1 for San Fran, 2 for Dallas. I probably should be writing this down, huh? Because we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
We're more than likely gonna have to recap this come next week. So we have. All right, so I'm gonna put me. Obviously, this is not like official.
No.
I don't have like a
Hopefully
chalkboard or
Tampa-
nothing.
Hopefully Tampa gets back, a lot of their healthy players. A lot of people on Tampa got injured the last
Mhm.
couple of weeks. So as long as
Well-
we get everybody back, Tampa
Well,
will
they're
be
not going to get
right.
everybody back. Godwin's out for the year. He tore his ACL. He's not coming back.
We need to get some people.
All right,
Like, I
so
think
we
there's
got
still a
2
number of
Dallas,
defensive
1 San
players
Fran.
around
We
still,
all
too.
picked Tampa, right?
How did you get in here?
All right, so we all picked Tampa Bay. Let's go. Let's keep it on the NFC side. We got the Rams in Arizona.
Oh, God, it's going to be a good game.
I think, honestly, from looking at it right now, I think that's going to be the best game, at least on the NFC side, because I just looked at the other side, man. Raiders and Cincinnati might be a good one, too. But I don't know. Rams and Arizona, I think that's going to be the best game this weekend. Oh,
I'm going Rams. I don't like the
Rams,
Cardinals with Hopkins out.
They're still winning
AJ's
games down the stretch, though.
Huh?
That's a
I think,
toss-up, man. That's a toss-up.
Although they are in the playoffs, Kyler Murray has the propensity to choke sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and I
It's
think
hard to go against that
I think
Rams
he might
defense.
fold. I think he might fold.
Okay, so y'all both got the Rams. You know what? They spent too much money getting people there, man. If they can't win with Jalen Ramsey and Von Miller and Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, I mean, come on, man.
Look, it's not going to matter. Aaron Donald's going to destroy that offensive line, and Murray's going to be running the whole day. He's going to get tired. He's going to be no fourth quarter Aaron Murray. Or not Aaron Murray, but
Yeah, we know what you meant.
Kyler
Kyler Murray.
Georgia
All right,
fan.
so far, we've picked all the same teams except London going with San Fran to beat Dallas. And I'm pretty sure he just did that just because in spite of me. All right? I'm pretty sure deep down inside he wants to pick Dallas. Like,
No,
if I said let's put money on it.
No, I think 49ers are healthy. I think they're playing well. I just don't. I just think it's a combination of Dallas having a history in the first round.
Choking.
Yes.
Yes. And, yeah. And you know what? Again, as a fan, I know that to be true. And
I hope
I
I'm
will not be
wrong
surprised
for
if
you.
we get knocked out first round. I will not be surprised.
I mean, Dallas needs it. They need it.
Well, yes, we need it so I can stop hearing all this. When was the last time you won a playoff game? All right, so let's go over to the AFC side here. We have I already said it once. I already said it earlier. Cincinnati, which is somewhat of a surprising team for me this year. I know they've played good.
Not me. The Raiders is what surprises me.
Really? More than the Bengals?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. By far.
Okay. So does that mean you're picking the Raiders over the Bengals?
No. No. No, I said that.
All right.
I said the Raiders surprised me. They got in the playoffs.
They're surprising him. That
Gruden.
don't mean he thinks they're gonna win.
Well, for getting there, but I mean, considering where Cincinnati has come, and then what Joe Burrow went through last year, because last year was when he tore his shit up, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, to come in here and win the division and get the number 4 seed after what they've gone through in the last couple of years.
I mean, but look at that division though. Right now.
Yes, it's pretty just as soft as the NFC East, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going with the Bengals.
Yes.
Let's
what
not
do you got, Greg?
overlook when you have a quarterback. He gets to throw at his favorite target. That
Bro,
means a
Jamar
lot.
Chase was the best
Him
pickup
and
that I did this
him
year
and
for
Chase are like
fantasy.
they're the Batman and Robin out here. They're the new Batman and Robin. So
I think I drafted Jamar Chase in like the 6th or 7th
The thing is,
round.
everybody's on Chase, and Chase is great, but T. Higgins is a beast.
He came on big time.
also,
Yes, I got very upset with him sometimes. He was taking targets away from my guy. But Jamar Chase is like the man of the 70-yard bomb. Every time I look down, it said 60 yards, 70 yards. I'm like, Jesus. All right, so you got the Bengals. Greg, who you going with?
Bengals.
Bengals?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I'm gonna have to agree and say Bengals. Just because Jamar Chase helped me in my fantasy season this year. Which, if you couldn't figure it out by now, I am the champ. Anyway, let's go. Ooh, big rivalry here: Buffalo and New England.
This is the game I think is going to be the best one of the week.
You think so? I mean, considering how New England started, and you are a New England fan, Greg, and I was giving you shit in the beginning of the season a little bit, especially when we played each other early in the year. That was a heart attack. My wife can tell you the roller coaster ride in that last 2 minutes of me getting up and yelling and screaming and practically punching the wall, to sitting on the couch crying, to getting back up, to almost punching another wall in excitement, not out of being pissed. But it was just so up and down. The pick six, the fumble, the touchdown.
Your emotions, you can't handle it.
It was ridiculous, and I'm just like, I don't need this. I just lost 2 years of my life out of this fucking game. But
I love mac and cheese. I really do.
You better be picking Buffalo, because
I think he in a few years he's gonna be really, really good. But Buffalo is on a tear, and
you said this weeks ago.
Buffalo's gonna take him.
You said this weeks ago. It's coming through Buffalo. You said this earlier on in the season.
Might be the team this year. I don't know if they're gonna break the curse. I really doubt that. But
so you're saying get to the Super Bowl and lose?
Yeah.
Well, what if Dallas, Buffalo again, and Dallas beat them?
Oh, could you imagine? Oh, you know what? We need that to happen just so we could say in history that it took all these years to come back, and then it happened again.
It still happened.
Oh, so good.
Wow.
It'd be so
Yeah,
good.
I'm next year and the year after that.
So, by your facial expressions, I don't think you're believing in Buffalo.
Okay, so here's the thing. Got a couple of reasons. One is the line is low. It's 43 over under, which means they think it's going to be a run defensive kind of game. Sportsbook does. And these people they do this shit for a living. They know what they're doing. The Bills defense struggles really bad against the run some games. They don't show up some games for the run game. And New England has running game. They have multiple running backs. They can run the ball. Matt Jones, at this point in his career, is somewhat of a game manager, but he puts balls on the dime if he needs to.
Oh, he can throw the rock.
Yeah.
He can definitely throw the rock.
the weather is going to be cold, but I don't think it's going to be snowing and windy like it was last time. I think it's just going to be cold, which has nothing to do for the Patriots. They play in cold too.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's going to be near as bad as it was last time in Buffalo. Even though the Patriots pulled that out with 3 pass attempts.
Josh Allen's a stud.
That's nuts. Only 3
Well,
pass attempts.
That just tells you how bad the Bills' run defense is. They know they're going to run the ball, and the Patriots still ran the ball on them.
And not by a little either. And they ran them.
And I understand Buffalo came back and beat the piss out of the Patriots in New England, and it didn't look good, and New England didn't play well. But I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick was like, we ain't going to do everything in this game. We'll just we'll do a basic package. If we win the game, great. If we lose the game, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, again, you going New England?
Yes.
Ooh, here we go.
It's getting spicy.
This is a toss-up for me because for weeks I was on that train with Greg where Buffalo just seemed unstoppable. And then they lost a couple of games where probably shouldn't have lost. But there was a lot of teams this year, Colts, sorry, where they shouldn't have lost. The team that they how do you lose to Jacksonville in the last week, man?
Hey, man, every team has a chance to win the coin toss. You never know.
Oh, my God. I don't know. That's going into the playoffs. They were the one team, whether I was in the AFC or seeing them in the Super Bowl, the way they were playing with Jonathan Taylor and games that they were winning, I didn't want to see them.
No.
They were one of the scariest teams.
Maker. That's all he does.
In my opinion. So I'm kind of glad they're not in the playoffs, but it's hard to bet against Bill Belichick, but damn, I'm gonna have to go Buffalo. I think their defense is gonna show up, man. It's the playoffs. You gotta show up.
Yeah, y'all picked every home team so far.
Have we?
Yep.
Dallas, Tampa, Rams. We have picked every home team. You're right.
Home field advantage is key.
And that's twice. That's twice that you went against us. So there's definitely room for you to win here. Well, I mean, you don't win anything but bragging rights.
Yeah, I don't win anything. But
Kansas City and Pittsburgh. Is this going to be a game? I think if Kansas City lets it become a game, it'll be a game.
No, it's not going to happen. That defense is playing way too good right now.
So
Ben Roethlisberger is. I mean, did you see how they won against the Ravens? It was both teams were just trying to lose that game. It was terrible.
Oh, poor Ben.
He definitely doesn't care anymore. Like he don't care. He's retiring. What does he care about? He don't care.
Najee Harris has ran the ball so many times. How many times has he ran the ball this year? 307 carries this year.
As a rookie.
That's a rookie. Yeah, great. He's probably will still be okay. Now, Tyreek Hill might not play, which is weird. He'll play, but how well will he play?
This weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Is he hurt?
He's hurt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
But, I mean.
Still, I mean, you have weapons.
Yeah.
He has so many weapons. It's ridiculous. I mean.
And Andy Reid can scheme against TJ Watt. I don't think. It's a 12.5-point spread. And the line's going up, so people are betting Kansas City. I don't think they'll blow them out. They did blow them out last time. I don't think they'll blow them out this time, but I think it'll be 10 to 12 point win.
So Greg, you on KC?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say. I didn't want to just assume and throw it in the slot. So yeah, I guess me and Greg are saying all home teams are winning. Mm-hmm. Isn't that something you can bet on? Isn't that a slot you can bet on? All home teams winning?
I think there's a bet that you can. I don't know. It might be. I've never seen that bet, but I've seen the home points versus away points. You bet who scores more points, home teams or away teams.
That's interesting. Yeah, to me, there's a couple of coin flips. You know, Rams, Arizona could go any way. New England, Buffalo can go any way, in my opinion. Bengals, Raiders, you know. The only easy really game is Tampa, Kansas City should definitely get through. I mean, that's. I was still hoping to play the Eagles again this week.
If Kansas City plays well, they can win. I just don't see it. Well,
I think
Kansas
the
City?
majority of the
Eagles.
games.
Oh, the
majority
Eagles.
of the games
Yeah.
are gonna can go either way. A lot of them, except for Kansas City and Pittsburgh. It's like, who cares?
My only
But-
thing is the Bucks are pretty banged up at the moment.
I just
So
don't
they
think
have a possibility if they get healthy. They were out a lot of players last week. I don't know if that was in lieu of getting ready for playoffs, and they're all going to be there this week. But
I just think that every game's going to be a good game except for the Chiefs Steelers game. I'm pretty sure that game's just not going to be a good game to watch.
yeah, I think Philadelphia will make it interesting. But like I said, I can't see Tampa losing, and of course, I can't root against Dallas until they lose. Obviously, I'm picking Dallas. I never pick against my team, even when they suck. No, that's a lie. Back in the day, if money's on the line, it's a different story.
Yeah.
If I know if I know they're gonna lose or have a very strong feeling they're gonna lose, and money's on the line, I'll go with it. But
Did you know
Well, you know-
Sony Michel had 208 carries and ran for 845 yards?
wow,
Me
As-
neither.
as a backup,
Did that quite
Well,
right?
not the
Wasn't he a
last,
backup?
not the last four
The last
games
couple
of
of
the season.
yeah. The last couple of weeks he started, but hold on, let me back out of this real quick. So yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. A lot of football. We'll see how this week goes. I'll keep track of this, and if we can get together next week again, hopefully someday, and we can, review this and see who was correct, who was wrong, and then make predictions for next week. Obviously, we'll have stuff to talk about, but
before you get ready to end this, I mean, we got to talk about it. I mean, it did happen, although AB.
Oh, that's what I touched on earlier. I don't know if you guys want to talk about this.
What do you really? Obviously, I don't think it's ever happened. Probably maybe only one other time in professional sports when Pippen walked off the court.
Okay.
But in football, I don't think it's ever happened where somebody was just like, screw this, and I quit.
It did.
It did?
Colts cornerback. Oh, what was his name? He was really good. He retired at halftime.
Oh,
damn,
that's
I
why I
do
got
know
that.
that.
That's why I got.
He's good.
over
He was
here.
a good cornerback. He played for a long time.
Go ahead, keep talking. I got it right now.
I remember that actually.
Colts.
But with that being said,
Cornerback.
I feel like the excuse that he was given, like, he was injured and the coach is
Tired.
forcing him to
How
quit.
was he talking
don't
about his
think
ankle
that
being
actually
injured? But yeah, he was skipping across the end zone, waving his hands in
Exactly.
there.
That's exactly my point. Don't be skipping
Vontae
and bouncing and
Davis.
jogging out of the field.
There you go, Vontae Davis,
Yes.
Illinois.
Oh,
He
yeah.
retired
Yeah, he retired at halftime.
at halftime.
He said, "I'm too old,
against
too slow.
the
I'm
against
done."
the Los Angeles Chargers. Went into halftime and never came out to play the second half. He removed
Mhm.
himself from the game.
So there you go. Somebody else did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But he
yeah,
didn't
I
do it
think-
like nobody done it like AB done it though.
No.
My ankle's
No.
killing me. I can't play, Coach.
And then he's
skip
like
across the
And then-
field.
across the end zone out of the field. I mean, honestly, when it happened, someone was texting something. I didn't watch the game, and I'm like, oh, now this is something I got to go look into. So I went and saw what happened, and I saw the whole taking the shoulder pads off, peacing out, whatever, him leaving. So, of course, in the beginning, it was just him being a prima donna baby, whatever. Then I saw some stuff of him talking about they weren't giving me plays so I can get my incentives.
Mm.
Mhm.
I saw that. Then I saw something where they're like, they forced me to play knowing I was injured.
Yeah, I believe
So
he
by
was
the
on
end of
the
By the end of it, I'm just like, you know what? It's a schoolhouse, slap fest of who did it, and like I don't know.
he went on a podcast recently. I didn't know which. I forget the name of the podcast. but he was
I know what you're
about it.
talking about. He went like a whole hour talking about it.
Yeah, saying that, pretty much is like, if Tom Brady was his boy, how come he's not making sure he gets his money? So it's pretty much the same thing. It's like they're not giving him the ball enough so he can probably get his incentives, which you're already making. Now, he wasn't making he didn't have a crazy contract, but you're still making more than a lot of players in the NFL.
Mhm.
Just take
Yeah.
your money, catch your balls when it's thrown to you, and go ahead and
Well,
just do your
see,
job. Kind
what
of.
I read
is what I
was
feel.
they didn't run the play that kept him from making $1 million. When you hear those words, you would think one play, like he needed one catch or one touchdown or something
Right.
like that, and he would have got $1 million. But then I saw it was 3 different things. All of them were like 300 grand a piece. He needed like 5 more catches, like 40 something more yards, and like 1 more touchdown. Like he needed a bunch more stuff. It's not like he was one play away, and I guess he felt like they weren't feeding him the ball for them to do that.
This is what probably happened, in my opinion. It was a meaningless game. The only game they were playing this for was the incentives, or just to keep their streak of starts going. And I guarantee you, it wasn't going the way he wasn't getting open, so he wasn't getting the ball. And then Arian said, "This is football. We're getting ready for the playoffs. Sit your ass down. You're not going to play no more the second half." And he got, hurt his feelings, and he's like, "I want my money," and left.
Yeah, but now
It could
go
happen.
over and start talking trash about your teammates and stuff like that.
That's just. But I mean, do you expect any more
is.
from Antonio Brown?
That's who he became. I'm telling you, the hit, man, the hit. That's in my eyes. That's when it all started. I'd never seen him acting like this before he got drilled. Before who was it? Wasn't it Vontaze Burfict that hit him from Cincinnati?
Oh, yeah.
He
I love that
destroyed him.
guy. He hit people so hard, so dirty.
I love Vontaze Burfict, man. I had him on my fantasy team a few years. He was a monster. If
Vontaze Burfict played 10 years earlier, like if he was in the league 10 years earlier, he might have made the Hall of Fame.
Wow. He was always injured too.
He was always suspended.
That too. That too, because he just it was like what was the linebacker for Pittsburgh that hit really hard? So he hit that dude from Cleveland. James Harrison. He was another one. It's like Ray Lewis. It got to the point to where like I can't even hit anybody no more. Because
but see, they had their time where they could hit though.
Yeah.
And then the league changed.
Burfict
came in when the league changed, and he was just headhunting.
He was just still headhunting people.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's when I think
what's going to happen. These owners want their millions and millions of dollar investments to not be broken, just because a linebacker wants to get his rocks off and knock people out. So rules are going to change. So those people, even though it's fun to see, everybody likes to see a receiver going across the middle and just get drilled sometimes. We just can't have it because there's money involved here. This is a business.
It's a business, yeah.
So we can't just have people just being out, and then once people get knocked upside their head a couple times, and then they start acting like AB, it's like we need to change things because we just can't have. Let's just put it this way: if something happened and somebody hits like Tom Brady and he starts to go crazy, we're gonna be playing flag football here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what's gonna. We're gonna be snatching flags off
2-hand touch.
So we need to somewhat protect these people, and listen, I love a good hit, but it just is what it is.
I mean, they have been doing it, especially with didn't they change the rules with the kickoffs when they changed the depth of how far they go to kind of, because that's where a lot of injuries are coming from too, a specialty. You going full speed trying to stop somebody, injuries are going to happen. Let's face it. But yeah, I don't know. Ever since that hit, he ain't been right.
He's definitely. It's sad to see. He was a superstar receiver, and
he was number one wide receiver for years.
It's sad, man.
He just turned bad when he got his bag. Once he got his bag, he was done. Got his first contract, got his bag, then he burned his feet and complained about a helmet, and ever since then, it's just never been uphill.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what everyone's gonna have not their opinions, but there was a huge downward slide for him.
Yeah, huge.
It's funny how him and Le'Veon Bell both left the same time, and both was never the same.
That's sad because they both were top in their respected positions for years.
And both went to shitty teams for the money, and
it didn't work out. And AB got a second chance, won a Super Bowl.
Sure,
could have potentially gone back to back. At least a run. At least a run.
Le'Veon Bell might get another Super Bowl.
Who signed him?
Chiefs.
That's right. The Chiefs did sign him like last week or the week before.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know,
Yeah, he had a pretty good game last week too.
Mm-hmm.
if they get him right over there, and Le'Veon Bell gets to even a percentage of what he was in his prime in I almost said Seattle and Pittsburgh, that shit gonna be scary. The Chiefs gonna be scary. I mean, they always had a decent a running game, but Hilaire's out again, isn't he? I didn't keep up on them. I didn't see.
He
I don't
did
know
not
if he's out
play
or
this
not.
week. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain he got hurt again. But who knows? Do y'all have right now sitting here early favorite to win it all? Do you have one that you can say this is the team I'm looking at to make the run?
Tampa, I don't think can make it all the way, but I will.
I don't think they can repeat.
Honestly, I kind of feel that, as weird as it's gonna sound, Cincinnati's gonna surprise a lot of teams,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna squeak their way by, and potentially win.
The Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm telling you.
Hey, that's what I want. That's what I want.
People are
Listen.
gonna be like, "Oh, don't worry. You know, they got a young quarterback. They got a young team. They don't know what they're doing, and they're just gonna be
Super hot take. Let's go.
boom, let's do it, baby. I'm telling you.
Super hot. Hey, London, what's the line of Cincinnati? If you bet on Cincinnati right now to win the Super Bowl,
Oh, that I don't know.
you don't know.
No.
Burrows is a stud. He
I'm
is the
not
next
taking that-
generation.
I'm not
Let's
taking
go.
that away from you. He's looked good these last few weeks. I was so pissed when I didn't pick him up 3 weeks ago. When he had that big game, I'm like, I should pick him up. But
As far
one
as I
second.
know, Chase can't be stopped. Jamar Chase can't be stopped.
yeah. If I'm not being biased here, and obviously going with my team, Dallas. Okay. If I'm picking another team that I think has the potential to go all the way and
All
win
right,
the
so-
whole thing this year. All right, go ahead.
Cincinnati's plus 1,700. So, in other words, you bet $100, you get $1,700.
Damn,
Pretty
Greg,
good bet.
man, might want to drop $100 up. You never know.
The two teams that are favorites are Green Bay and Kansas City.
Mm.
Makes sense. Green Bay's in Lambeau all playoffs, so
Yeah, it's hard to beat them in Lambeau.
and
And Rodgers, I mean, let's talk about it.
playoffs
they
are about
beat
turnovers,
Arizona.
and Aaron Rodgers doesn't do that.
They beat Arizona when Arizona was undefeated and no one could stop them. And he had the towel boy, the water boy, and the bucket boy. I don't care. I'll just throw that shit in there too, out there catching passes for him.
Yeah, he did.
And he still beat them. Like, I really didn't think they were going to win that game. And it's not like they struggled. Like, they played with them. And they
You know
had
what team
nobody.
you are all forgetting about?
Oh.
The Titans.
The Titans. How the hell did they do that?
They just win. They just win.
How did they do that? Losing Derrick Henry.
Like I will sign this Devontae Foreman guy. He looks like Henry. Give him the ball.
How? See, I am so scratching my head about that team that I still can't believe that they're the number one in the AFC. Like,
The thing, they're number one, but yet they're the fifth favorite in sports betting.
They did.
They're plus
People treat
850.
them exactly what happens to us. We just forgot about them.
yeah.
And
They
then
come in going, oh,
and
they
then
don't have Derrick
wax teams.
Henry. We're
That's
good.
it.
And then they're like, oh, shit, they are who we thought they weren't.
And this
You
will be
know?
some shit where Julio finally shows up for him and it pays off. And he goes
Right.
nuts in the playoffs. You're like, playoffs? What are these? I was in Atlanta this whole time. This game goes past game week 18.
Been saving all his mojo for the playoffs.
Well, we didn't talk about, obviously Green Bay and the Titans because, they got the first round bye. So obviously we're going to talk about them next week. But saying who I think is going to win with what I said not too long ago, it's hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers, man. If he's beating teams with no wide receivers and a hobbled ass running back, I don't know. How can he be beat?
If Buffalo can get by the Patriots, I think they can win it. Thing is, if the Patriots beat the Buffalo Bills, I don't think they win. I don't think New England wins the championship. But if Buffalo can beat New England, which is weird, I think they can win the championship.
Okay. So
They
early
have the
favorite
potential for sure.
for London is with a caveat. Buffalo wins if they beat the Patriots, which means obviously if they win, they'd have to beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then we got the hot take of the century at the moment right now, Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm gonna say, you know what? Fuck it. If Dallas ain't gonna win, because I don't want to be biased here, I don't want to already be that guy. I'm going with the Rams.
Wow.
See, the thing is, the Rams are at plus 1,000. They're getting no respect in the sports book right now for that.
They're too good not to win, though. They're too good to not be able to compete, in my opinion. They have a good defense.
The
They
problem
have
with the
weapons.
Rams is they're going to go through Lambeau.
Yeah,
True.
that's
and that
that's a
circles
big
back
hill
to
climb.
who bets against Aaron Rodgers, which used to be who bets against Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. You know, that's how that used to be back in the day.
My question to you would be, what team disappointed you the most this year?
Seattle.
Oh yeah,
Really?
100%.
I was going to go with the Ravens.
Yeah, but I'm a Russell Wilson fan, and I don't know. I just really like the Seahawks. I've always liked, even though they did what they did to us in the playoffs. Fucking Tony Romo can't hand on to the damn ball.
I feel like Lamar Jackson, for some reason, the last 2 seasons has not been himself. I'm not sure why, and it's like maybe when it started the big explosion about him came up, and it was like, oh man, he's the next best thing, and then usually when you do that to somebody, they can never live up to those expectations going forward for some reason, and it seems to be he's sliding downhill, which is weird. Like he's still good, but it's not. Yo, where was that? Where was he when he, his first year, his second year? It's like it's not happening anymore, and it's sad. It almost happened to what's his name? Man, I can't remember right now for some reason. Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes. It's like, where are you? Where are you going? What are you doing? Do you know you have a job to do? But I don't know. So
who's faster,
Ravens,
him or Murray? I think Murray's faster.
Mahomes or Murray? I don't think anyone's faster than Murray.
I don't think so either.
He might be the fastest person on this team.
Well, I'm just saying he might be the fastest quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm talking about faster than Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray is the fastest. I don't see anyone being faster than him. I mean, he's very low to the ground. He has a good center of gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he can get those legs moving real quick. But I think sometimes it gets to the in your mind, like you're saying. I think this is what kind of happened with Michael Vick is people start saying, "Oh, he's a running quarterback." And they kind of psych themselves out, and they're like, "Oh, but I don't want to be just a running quarterback. I want to be an all-purpose quarterback. I want to start throwing in the pocket, this and that." And you kind of forget who you were. And that's something that they started talking about with Dak ever since he hurt his leg. He had a strained calf earlier in the season. He has not ran nowhere near the amount as he normally did. And a lot of those games that we struggled, there was a couple of times where he should have just took off and started running. Sometimes it gets in these quarterbacks' head. These quarterbacks that are mobile, if they start getting in their head and they want to, that's why, again, coming back to pick a Seattle, Russell Wilson, for me, just played. Like, he didn't listen to nobody. He knew what his game was. He put it out on the field. It worked.
Who's he playing for next year?
Denver.
Mm-mm.
No,
over. Keep going over.
More towards the east.
How about your Giants?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
But they need help. Listen, I've been saying this for years. My whole family is a Giants fan. I'm from New York. Okay. Rangers, Yankees, Knicks. Fuck. Okay, but I've been saying this for years. Talking to my brother, my uncles, other friends. Yeah, I need to fix your O-line. It don't matter who you have back there. They don't have an O-line. I mean, Saquon keeps getting hurt. You know, they've needed an O-line for a long time.
Look, they have a corner piece in Tony. Tony's going to be a superstar.
Yes. I see a little spurts of attitude with him though from time to time in some of these games I've seen him in, but so did Deshaun Jackson, and he was a star for a while. You know, but you can put the best quarterback in the NFL anywhere with no O-line. They're not gonna succeed. They're at least gonna struggle. That's what's going on with Wilson right now. This motherfucker, he's running around for his life for the most part, getting sacked. Wasn't he last year, the year before, probably both years, most sacked quarterback in the NFL?
No. Hell, who's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL?
Well, I'm saying not this year. Within the last couple of years, I know there was a.
Well, he's up there. Yeah,
he's up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
So the Giants need to fix their O-line first. I've been saying this for years. Stop fucking drafting wide receivers and running backs. We suffered for 3 or 4 years building our O-line. You have to have a foundation to be able to play. As simple as that. If your quarterback's on the ground, you can't throw the ball. you can't throw the ball. So, as much as yes, he could go to the Giants, I don't think he's going to be successful in New York. I think he'll be more successful in a place like Denver.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know.
That's if Denver don't get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay. I think he is what he is.
You don't think he leaves Green Bay no matter what, win or lose championship?
No, I think the president that runs, you know how crazy their system is, that fans own the team and there's no owner of the team.
Yeah.
And they have to they elect the president to run the team. I think if the Green Bay Packers go deep, especially they win the Super Bowl, even if they get to the Super Bowl and lose, I just don't think he's got too much. He likes his teammates too much, and if they keep giving him some say into what they do, then he just won't leave.
I think that's what it is right there. What you just said, they got to give him some leeway because that was his whole argument last year. Was they're not listening to him, they're not getting him people he needs.
It's not that they weren't giving people he needs; they were not keeping the people he wanted to keep.
That that too.
Mm-hmm.
They were letting go key pieces that he said we need to be holding on to, linebackers and then O-line, people on the O-line and stuff like that. But
how many years do you think he's got left in him?
Rodgers?
3.
I don't know. What if they surprise everybody at the end of this season? The Packers just like, yeah, you know what, we're done. Get out of here.
I don't see that happening.
No. You see how Jordan Love played? Hell no.
Yeah. Especially that, and it, like you said, it's a business. They're still winning. It's not like they're a losing team.
Yeah, but a lot of teams like to get things for their investments while they can, not try to pawn them off when they're at the very end of their career. He's still winning,
and then they just leave.
He's still worth something.
If I was Green Bay, I'd trade Jordan Love while he had some stock left.
Before he showed his cards.
We drafted him first round. I think he's still gonna be a star. Give us a 3rd round.
Good old Matt Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shouldn't say Matt Flynn because they weren't expecting Russell Wilson to be who Russell Wilson was. But still, Matt Flynn wasn't what he was that one game. So, all right.
Here you go. 3-way trade for the Seahawks, the Broncos, and the Green Bay Packers. Russell Wilson goes to Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers goes to Denver. Jordan Love goes to Seattle with a bunch of picks.
That actually doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, for everyone except Seattle. Jordan
Just
Love.
picks.
You're gonna need like 6 picks,
Yeah.
or at least
Rams
one
showed you
other.
how much they
Listen.
want picks.
Somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to lose that in the trade. So
Yeah, someone's got to get all the picks, and I guess you're right. Usually in big trades like that, there's a team that just gets all the picks,
Mm-hmm.
and then that right there would be a true sign of rebuild, like 100% rebuild. Isn't there talks of Pete Carroll probably not being there though? This being his last year.
From what I understand, if Pete Carroll, he will not get fired for his coaching. If that makes sense. If the team disagrees with the direction he wants to go with the team, that's how they'll let him go.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
not so hot take. Pete Carroll should have been fired for them losing them the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Pete Carroll's a hell of a coach.
Yeah,
But picking Russell Wilson.
Listen, everybody knows that's a run play. That's a run play.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Everyone knew it was a run play.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't matter.
Fake them out.
They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the run. It should have been a run play. It is what it is. History is history, but still, it's a bad play call.
Yeah, but your team won because of that.
Listen. I'm not arguing that point. On that point, I'm glad he did what he did. On the other side of the coin, if I was a Seattle fan, we hate Pete Carroll for that.
I guess, but he did bring a lot of good to that city too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. They had their run where they.
And so did Dan Quinn.
A couple of years where they should have been. They could have went to the championship and won it.
Legion of Boom, Dan Quinn, who is now our defensive coordinator,
who is also being interviewed by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No. Hey, slow down, bro. Slow down. If we don't win this year, I think we're screwed. I think Kellen Moore's gone. I don't know. He could be, but he's buddy with Jerry Jones and all that. I don't think he's really going anywhere.
Dan Quinn's not going to take the Jacksonville job. Dan Quinn's just going to take the interview so people know he's interested in the head coach job. But no,
he said he's enjoying himself for the first time in a long time. He said he's enjoying himself. He's loving the players. So
why would you go to Jacksonville?
And that's what I'm saying. He's like, I haven't felt this way in a long time. I'm having so much fun. This is awesome. This and that. The players that I have, the camaraderie, the team. It's just everything feels great and feels right. But at the same time, money talks. Money talks. You just never know.
Who's going to be the Chicago Bears head coach? Brian Flores.
I'm kind of shocked they fired him.
Me too.
They came on there towards in the end.
They won 7 straight games.
Yeah.
Lost one and won. They won 8 of their last 9 games.
And then they fire the coach. And I think I saw it today. He was like 1 or 2 games, 3 games over 500. He wasn't a loser. No. I think there's more there. There's
they pulled
more
the Jim. They're pulling the fucking Detroit Lions in the Jim Caldwell thing. They gave him winning seasons, but then he don't agree with what the direction the team's going.
The direction the team wants
GM
to go with, and
and they chose the GM over the coach. Jim Caldwell might be the Jacksonville Jaguars' next head coach.
Well, I mean that's happened in the past. I mean, look at Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. Didn't matter how many Super Bowls he gave them. Jerry Jones doesn't want to be outshined, and that's our problem. That's our problem. He needs to be the owner. He needs to be the owner and only the owner. That's it.
Yeah.
I like his involvement.
As of once he finally started listening and they started building the O-line and doing all that correct stuff and stopped wanting to draft the dollar sign, then he started turning things around. But I don't know. We'll see. This is a little bit longer than I expected, but I think it was good. We had some good combo here. It flowed. Felt good. So I think we're good. You guys have anything else? Any questions, comments, concerns?
Not until next week, potentially.
Not until next week, potentially. We'll see how this goes.
Sleep and work.
Sleep and work. Ain't that right? All right. Well, I got all the picks here on this so professional, official piece of paper.
Make it graphic. You got it.
Yeah.
Send that to ESPN right now. Let's go. Put it up on the ticker.
I should just take a picture of it, like tweet it, because I'm on Twitter now.
You ain't got to
apparently.
tell them much. Just say 2 guys picked all the home teams, and then they got to pick 2
All right, y'all. This was fun.
Uh,
Hopefully this thing, takes off. We can do this more often. If you're new to the channel, probably should have said this earlier on because we're an hour in. And for those of you who are still here with us, if you're new to the channel, check us out, PSNBS on YouTube, PSNBS POD. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want more content like this, let us know in the comments. We're trying. This is something new. We're actually a gaming podcast. But we're gonna put out cinema episodes. We're gonna probably put out some anime. We're definitely doing the gaming 100%. But hit us up. Tell us how you feel about this.
The network is growing.
Yes, that's what this is. We're trying to get more steam here. Trying to build. We've been at 2990 for like fucking 4 months, 3 months. Like, we need to hit that 3,000 mark. We're 2 subscribers away from 3,000. We need that. So we're trying to just do more stuff. Tomorrow there's gonna be a cinema episode made. If you watch No Way Home, Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Keep a lookout. Keep a lookout for that. That episode's coming very soon. Check us out live Thursdays. PSNBS. We go live every Thursday. We'll be there. Comment anything. I hope this becomes something, man. I love talking about sports. I really do.
It's good.
I appreciate Laser Shark, Greg, London. I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to hang out with me. Now it's time for my fat ass to go eat. I am hungry. I'll say it. Go Georgia. Go Bulldogs. Congratulations. I like shit like that.
Fashion.
Teams that haven't won in 40 years deserve the win. I'm good with
when's
that.
the last time you won a championship?
Damn, man, bro. Did you really have to bring that up? Hold on. You want me to do it? Come on now. Come on now. These bitches are heavy, too.
Listen, America's team has the chance to do it again.
Yes,
It's been America's team for 20 years.
They'll always be America's team. Whether you hate them or love them, they're always number 1 in their ratings. Whether you want to watch them win or you want to watch them lose, they're being watched. That's the definition of America's team.
That's Texas football.
So, on that note, we are out. PSNBS, Sports and BS. I don't even know what we're going to call this shit yet. It might be called Sport Talk and 3 Dudes. I don't freaking know. We'll figure it out later. It's been Steel 682. It's been fun. I'll holler at y'all later. We out. Peace.